We're at a very interesting time right now where, traditional entertainment, film, TV, commercial, music video, and even video games are having to figure out how they're going to transition into a world where the forms of distribution and consumption of entertainment are changing, where the audiences are more interested in streaming, they're more interested in sort of higher quality, location-based sort of experiences, things that are more interactive, things that are more immersive. And so you're seeing a lot of work being done right now at the studio and network level, and in video game companies, to try to figure out how they can pivot, if not their entire business into the immersive space, at least enough into that space so that they can maintain their sort of current level of quality, as well as penetration into those markets. So it's a similar sort of leap to go from traditional filmmaking into 360, but then there's a mentality shift that you're going from a sort of a little bit more of a controlled and I would say a more objective medium, where you're not giving the audience a subjective experience. You're sort of more presenting something to them for them to enjoy. There's a lot of sort of watching characters and living vicariously through them. VR changes that and flips it on its head, where the audience, whether or not you choose to acknowledge it or deal with it, the audience will feel when they put the headset on like they are right where the camera was, or right where the render was done from. And so the audience immediately sort of has a lot of questions that they never have in cinema. Who am I? Where am I? Who are those people? What's going on? Can I move? Where's my body? Or if I have a body, why is my body different than my normal body? Why am I taller? Why am I shorter? So all of a sudden, the audience starts having a very subjective experience in your narrative that you're trying to tell. So this the big shift for traditional narrative, film and TV folks moving into the immersive space is that you're no longer the director, and your audience is no longer the observer. You are an experience creator, and your audience is a either passive or active participant. They are present in your story. And so I think with a lot of 360 video right now, we're seeing sort of what we call placed cameras, where it's a 360 camera array sort of put somewhere that somebody decided would be an interesting angle to sort of take in the scene, and then things are sort of choreographed around that camera or not. But the problem with that is those experiences sort of, I would say it's kind of like being thrown into the center of a circle at a dance in junior high, and everyone's like, dance, 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 dance. But you can't dance because you don't have a body and you have no ability to interact. And so filmmakers need to start realizing that the camera array, when they're shooting something in 360, is literally a character. And it doesn't have to be the protagonist. It doesn't have to be the antagonist. It can be sort of a minor character. It can be a a background actor, but they do have to recognize that the audience is being teleported into their world right where that camera is. And so it's not about camera angles. It's about, we always say it's more like giving the camera a VIP experience versus placing a camera and choosing angles. So that shift is one that has proven so far very, very difficult for more traditional filmmakers. The technology is pretty quick to understand. Basically you just have to remember, don't get too close to the camera, and it sees in every direction, so there's nowhere safe to stand. Those rules are very easy to sort of wrap your head around. The one that's really difficult is to figure out how to craft a narrative where the camera is an active part of that narrative. It can be a passive part as well, but